welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley. Today we are talking August favorites. Like I say every month, cannot believe it is September now. I have some good things here to share with you. A lot of them I've actually brought up before in past videos, but personally I don't see a problem if something has worked its way back into your routine and you're using it a lot. I feel like you should still share it, right? Because it is a favorite, but there are some new things in here as well. So let's just get into it. Okay, so my first favorite here is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Ultra Soothing Repair Moisturizer. I have to start by saying the smell of this is not good. Like, this definitely has a smell that's really strong and it's not great, but I've been using this for over a month now. It really hydrates the skin and preps it really well for makeup, and the smell doesn't linger. So because of that, I really enjoy using this product, and I can get past the smell. Even my hands, I'm really struggling with contact dermatitis lately, and it actually really helps my hands too. I'll just put it on my hands first and then I'll put it on my face, and my hands really seem to like it as well. So that's how you can tell it's probably really moisturizing. But yeah, it just feels good on the skin. It kind of gives a good plumping effect to the skin as well, and just preps it well for makeup. I've never noticed like pilling over it. It's really good. Kind of pricey. You can find it at like CVS, the drugstore. You can probably find it at like Target too, but I think it's like $20 or $30 because La Roche-Posay is kind of on the higher end of drugstore, but I do really like it. I still want to try other ones once I'm done with this one because just the smell isn't great, and I feel like I'm still on the hunt for like the perfect moisturizer under makeup, but I do really like this one, so I wanted to make sure that I mentioned it. So next we have the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I have it in N1. I really like this stuff, you guys. I have been using it a lot in the last month, and this made me want to try more drugstore foundations because it's so pretty and it lasts all day. It has a really pretty natural finish on the skin. I think for some reason, I always thought it was like a much lighter coverage kind of foundation, and it is really lightweight. And when you're blending it out, it doesn't always look amazing right away. You're just kind of like, okay, it's just kind of sitting on top of the skin. But once it's been on the skin for a few minutes and it blends in, oh my gosh, it looks really just beautiful and natural on the skin. Like it's just a second skin. So I really like it. I understand now why it's been around forever and why so many people love it, because it's so much better than I was expecting. It really lasts all day well. Products blend on top of it really well. And I just love that it's just a natural finish. I just was not expecting that when I tried it out. So I really have been liking it a lot. And the shade looks a little light at first on me, but once everything else is blended out, it's actually perfect. So I think N1 actually is the correct shade for me. Okay, this next one, I only have the packaging to because I just used my last pair of lashes and they can't really hold up another use, but it's the Kiss My Lashes But Better in the style Bare Affair. I know I've talked about these before. I love these. They are so like wispy but natural looking. I wore these on Wednesday and I got so many compliments. I swear, at least 5 people complimented my lashes, and some people asked me if they were real. I help my husband at an event that he runs on Wednesdays, and a guy came up to me when he was asking me a question. He was like, wow, your lashes look amazing. I was like, oh, thank you. So these are really pretty. I'm sorry I only have the packaging, but I'll definitely pop up a picture for you to see as well. They're just really wispy and they add oomph, but not crazy. Like they don't make your lashes look spidery. They don't overtake your eyes. Like I have small eyes and I feel like they still look really nice on mine. So I really like these. I was using these a lot this month and I just felt like I had to mention them again because they're so good. And they're from the drugstore. Like you can't beat it. And you get like 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. And each pair for me, I can make last like maybe 4 uses, maybe 5 if I take good care of them. So these have lasted me for a while. Next, we have the Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick Liquid Liner. I really like this. This is a felt tip, but it's so fine and thin that it literally looks like it could be a brush tip. I just love, you can create, I wore it today. You can really create a wing super easily with this, and it's really black and pigmented. It is really nice. I do think that it's one of those kind of like the Stila where when you first open it, it almost needs like a few days to dry out a little bit because it can look a little bit watery and it can start to bleed. But after you've had it open, and you don't even have to necessarily use it, you just have to open it, maybe use it one time, and then after a few days it looks amazing, which I've noticed about the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner as well. So I really like this. I definitely would repurchase. It's good. It's a pretty close dupe, I'd say, for the Stila, and actually I feel like the tip is actually thinner than the Stila. It's really, really good. I like it a lot. Okay, this MAC powder blush in Melba. You guys, I understand what the hype is all about now. I want to try so many more MAC powder blushes now. This is just beautiful. I love it. It's a really pretty peachy shade. I want to get one that's a little more like bronzy, but this one is so pretty. It's not swatching super well on my hand, but oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm wearing it today and it just gives, it's almost got like a satin finish where it looks just really like a natural flush to the cheeks, but you could really build it up if you want to. So man, MAC blushes, because the Glow Play blushes have always been my favorite, so now I really like these too. It's something about MAC blushes. So yeah, I really like this. I really like the shade. It's kind of perfect for like actually summer into fall. It's a good transition blush shade because it is that warmer tone. I really, really like it. So highly recommend it. If you've never tried MAC powder blushes, this one is beautiful, and I would assume the formula is the same for the others. I love it. Okay, next one is a tried but true. It is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is a little small travel size version of it that I got with an e.l.f. order, and I pulled this back out. I had been using the liquid Poreless Putty Primer, which I do really like. Before that, I used the matte Poreless Putty Primer, which I also love, but this is just the regular original. Oi, I just dropped it. This is just the original Poreless Putty Primer, and I really like it. It's good. It fills in pores really, really well. If I'm in more of a hurry, I still like to reach for the liquid one, but the OG, it's good, you guys. I've been reaching for it a lot this month. Okay, we have another e.l.f. product. I grabbed the e.l.f. Complexion Duo Brush, and this was based off of Kelly Strack's recommendation. There's kind of like a concealer brush and this like bigger, fluffier brush on the other side. This is great for cream blushes. I know that's what Kelly Strack uses it for too, and I saw it in the store and I was like, oh, I want to try that. She's always talking about how much she likes it. It works really well to apply a cream blush. I haven't used the other side for anything yet. I could try it for concealer, but I mean, it's not an expensive brush, so even if you bought it just for using this as like a cream blush brush, it's so good. It's like dense enough where you can pack on the product and see pigment, but it also blends out the product really well because it is kind of that fluffier texture. So it's kind of like a perfect combination of dense and fluffy, and it works really well for a lot of cream blushes. Not every cream blush, I will say, but most of the ones I have, this works really well. The Makiage Kathleen Lights palette, I have pulled this back out. I'm wearing it today. I mixed the blue sparkly shade and the pink sparkly shade, and I actually put like a MAC glitter topper over it, so it's kind of a combination of things, but I love this. The glitters in here are beautiful. They're very finely milled, and I always liked this palette, but it's so finely milled that you almost see the glitters like bunching up. It's hard to explain, but I have realized that if you swatch it on your hand first and then you tap it on, you can't swipe this one on. This isn't a swiping glitter topper type of formula. You have to pat it on. It creates such a pretty shimmery wash to the lids. It's beautiful. The mattes in here are also really good. My only complaint, and I feel like I have said this before in other videos, is that it doesn't have a white matte shade. That would be amazing for me because a lot of the time what I like to do is just put like a shade like this on the crease and then a white matte shade all over and a light sparkly shade on top, and that's kind of like my favorite look. But it's okay. I have other white shadows that I reach into and it works out fine, but it would be nice if it did have one. But I just love it, and I feel like every look that I've created is so pretty. You can do like more intense looks with it, and you can do more of just like a wash of color as well, and it all looks really good. Also, the packaging is super cute and pretty. It's the Makiage Kathleen Lights palette. It's her like, I think it's Day to Disco palette is what it's called. It's gorgeous. We're nearing the end. So Kerastase shampoo and conditioner. I repurchased these because I'm almost out of the Olaplex shampoo I was using, and then I was using just like a Costco conditioner. The only thing, like I liked those too, and I have been using Olaplex on and off for a long time. I noticed it's something about those two. I don't know if it's the shampoo or the conditioner. I'll get like dryness, like dry patches right up at my hairline. And then literally almost next day after using this, it's completely gone. So this is really hydrating. It's their Genesis line. Does it have a smell? It does have a smell. It's like a sweeter smell, fruity kind of smell, but I really, really like these. The shampoo is awesome. The conditioner does a great job. The next day my hair is like just super, super soft and really hydrated, and it just looks healthier when I use this. So this stuff is expensive. You can get it on Sephora. I actually buy it at my salon because it's just more accessible to me. There isn't a Sephora here. I don't have to wait for shipping, but I do feel like it's one of those things that's worth it. Also, they're owned by L'Oreal, which I think is really interesting. So I always wonder like what is in here that makes it so much more expensive than like their L'Oreal shampoos and conditioners. You know what I mean? Anyway, I really like these, worth the price tag. I don't have those dry spots anymore, and my hair definitely looks a lot healthier. So love these. And now we have more of a lifestyle favorite. This is a Tea Bloom Timeless Moments kind of like tea tumbler. My sister gave this to me. This is awesome, you guys. Like I really like the Harney and Son cinnamon tea. Yes, I got it from Jessica Braun. I love it. It's so good. It's like sweet but cinnamony. It's so good, especially for like this time of year as we're going into the fall and winter months. This is amazing if you like tea because it has like a little basket in it where you can actually pull this apart and you can put the tea bag in here, and then you can put this on top of it. It just kind of nestles right in there. It's easy to clean. The tea just kind of slowly steeps in the water. This also keeps water hot for hours. Like literally, I'll boil the water, I'll put it in this, I won't take a sip, and 3 hours later, it's almost like hard to drink. It's still so hot. But you could also, if you don't like that, you could also leave the lid off, and I think it would help with that a lot. It's so good. Keeps things hot. You can, steep the tea in it. You don't have to deal with a tea bag like floating around in the actual tumbler. I seriously love it so much. I was reading too, if you just want to put water in it, you could also use this thing to put like fruit in and stuff too if you want to just add some flavor to your water. So it's cool. This has a couple different uses and I am loving it so much. Also love the pink color. So yeah, my sister, it was a good gift. I also like to talk about TV shows. As you guys know, my husband and I have been watching Ted Lasso finally, and we love it so much. I heard so many people talk about it, and even my students would tell me about it, and they're like, you gotta watch it. And I was like, I don't like sports. You do not have to like sports to like this show. It is so like heartwarming and uplifting, but it still has like some drama to it, which I like. It makes you want to be more like the main character, Ted Lasso. And it's so funny, not appropriate for kids. Here's the sad thing. It actually is mostly appropriate for kids, but there's a lot of bad language in it. And that's the part that I would say no to if you have kids. And I would say don't watch them around the kids. But I love it. My husband loves it. We are almost done with the last season and it's just so good. So highly recommend that as well. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will subscribe and give it a thumbs up. It does help out my channel a lot. I have been posting a ton on here lately. I've been posting like 14 shorts a week plus 2 to 3 longer videos. So if you've been thinking about subscribing, I hope that you will. If you've already subscribed, I hope that you'll hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.